Hey everyone, I'm just Ian and welcome back to this new Lego video today. We're taking a look at more D&D minis. This is the second part of this new series that I started like half a year ago and then never uploaded about again. I'm gonna start uploading more about this because I got all the D&D minifigures from the new CMF. I will not review them because, of course, there are a ton of reviews out there about this series already, so I don't really see the point in using them, but I'll show them in the next video where I'm gonna take a look at custom characters for your D&D, but this time we're taking a look at carts and wagons. You can see a bunch of carts and wagons I've already made, actually with a dragon steed, or well, not dragon, it's more a drake. Why does it not have a tail? I'll explain that later when we get to it. But first, I have to tell you something about all the carts. I built carts and wagons in a very simple principle. It's either for function, or it's either for decoration, or a mix of both. For example, this one, that's better, now you can actually see it, is all for function, and it's not really for visual effects. And the small one is all for visuals, it's more of a prop, and it's not really used for actual gameplay purposes. So, I'll get everything out of the way, and then we'll take a look, starting from the smallest and going towards the largest. Okay, so let's take a look at the smallest little cart that there is here, compared to a minifigure. You can see it's pretty small. There is a place for a minifigure to actually stand. So you could have it like this. And you can technically connect it to an animal using chains, putting those on the bars in front of here. But like I said, this is made purely as a prop. It's not made for my players to really interact with it or do anything with it. It's just to put in the background for something little they can investigate, they can look at, or just to really create a scene. We take a look, it uses the small wheels that you have in the medieval style. Small medieval wooden wheels. Uses a little bit of shaping these pieces. Don't really know what they're called. They're like elephant trunks. And of course there's a little place for a minifigure right here, just to stand, not to sit. And there's a little bit cargo bed over here. You can maybe place like one minifigure, maybe two there, or a chest. And we got the bars on the front. You can attach chains to these and then attach it to some kind of steed, but of course it's not made to do that. So yeah, first card, like I said, this one is all for style over function. Now let's go to the next one, which is all function over style. And that card would be this. This is all function over style. It's pretty simple if we compare it to the same Aarakocra minifigure that is actually from Chima. You can actually see it's a little bit bigger, but it needs to be bigger. And you can actually place a minifigure on it like this. And it has a place to attach a horse. Very simple. What makes this card purely over function instead of style is the bed right here, the cargo bed. You can actually place a chest on here, or place two of the wooden crates that Lego makes on top of it. You can do that very easily. There's a little bit of a ladder on the back to hold the cargo, or to give the illusion of a way for minifigures to climb on top of it. Just a little bit more than just having a plain bed. Because, well, I love just putting unnecessarily detailed stuff in my minis. I love doing it. I can't help it. You can definitely see that at the next card, which is more of a combination of style over substance or style over action features. Let's take a look at that one. This is really simple. There's really not a lot to look at. It uses the metallic gunmetal colored medieval wheels, just your regular place to attach a horse. There's no seat on here, just the new part. I'm not sure what it's called actually. It's a 2x2 plate with just 2 studs, but it's very useful, and Lego uses it very often instead of just your regular good old seats. But let's immediately go on to the next card, which is this one. Now, I told you all that this is a combination of style and substance. You can actually use this in your game. The characters can interact with this, they can do stuff with this, but it's also used just as decoration. And when I was talking about the unnecessary details, you can really see it with the curvature over here, with these brown parts, the little little slopes over here with the curves, more deco on here. And it is actually, this entire card is basically just for 1 chest and 1 minifigure. That's basically all it does, except for a hidden transformation feature. Because if we look at the back, there's some more detail over here, but it actually opens up and it's a mimic. So this is actually a mimic that transforms into a cart, or well, yeah, basically it's a cart that transforms into a mimic, or a mimic that transforms into a cart. My players were very surprised when I opened this bad boy up, which is pretty funny because they've already seen this in a different session, and they chose not to interact with it because they didn't trust it at all. They were right, it was a mimic all along. It's not too many details, it's just like this. It just looks like a regular cart that has bone decoration, but like this. It just has the slightest little bit of red for the mouth. So yeah, it's a pretty perfect miniature for a mimic and for a cart, because you can actually use this with the largest cart that I have. And we'll immediately go to that one because that's the one I'm very proud of. It has the most unnecessarily cool details. And let's just get to it. So this is the largest cart, the largest wagon I've ever made. And it's purely made for style and substance. You can use it for both, because this is actually a location in my game. Because if you open this up, it opens up from the side, like so. And the door opens like this. This is actually a full smithy inside of this cart. You can also take off the roof. If I can get my finger here. Can open up the roof to let some more light in it. And actually, if I have to show you guys the roof, it looks pretty plain, but of course there's more unnecessarily detailed stuff. So you have some weapons here, and there's actually a secret compartment with even more weapons. It just slots in like so, and it's attached with 2 studs on the side. But for the sake of looking into this bad boy, I'll keep it off. So if we have to look at details, let me first get this steed out of the way. Because in game, this is actually a drake that has been captured by bad guys, let's just say. And they cut off the tail of the drake so that it actually can pull the cart. So that in game, or well, in universe, the tail won't get in the way. So they are basically mistreating this animal and enslaving it just to keep their cart rolling around. If I unhook some of the chains, it's attached to a 4. We can look at this custom design. It's heavily based around one of the red dragons from a Lego castle set. You have, of course, articulated jaw, very poseable on the neck, so a few joints going up and down very well. The arms are hinged, the legs are on retina joints, you can really hear it. This is where they cut off the tail, and then on the other side it looks pretty much the same. I kind of like it. I feel like there needs to be more detail around there. Just some slopes or something, some more greebling. The top is also very basic. It's in universe, it has this armor welded around itself. It's pretty gruesome, but my players didn't really care that much because, well, of course, players never do what you want and never think the way you think. So if we just take a look at the cart, you can see some of the details in here. There's a little window in here. And there are some guns on top of here for greebling. We turn it around. There's actually an in-universe explanation of how people can get up. There is a little smokestack, a little chimney. We turn it around. There's another window. There are more weapons. There's a place to attach a different cart. And that's where this one, the brown one, the mimic, comes back into play. Because you can actually attach it and have it just like this. Have it roll around with the cart, with the big cart. Pretty cool, in my opinion. Then it has opening doors on the top as well. Let's take a look at it like this. So you got the opening doors. There are more weapons hidden right here. Now let's open this all up again. First off, you can see there's a little bronze blade over here on top of a little armor stand. A little helmet right here. Yeah, that's nice. There's a little flame actually inside of here with a big door you can close. There's a minifigure. From Chima with a hammer working on a little anvil. You can see right there. Anvil with a sword. And there's a little lamp up here, and there's some crates. And you can actually take the crates fully out. And there's nothing inside of it right now. Just a little helmet stand. But you can put the accessories of the smithy in here. And then just store it right back up. It's a little bit difficult to do it with the lamp in the way. And just with how tight everything comes together. But it can very well be done. Like so. And then you just close everything back up. Put the roof back on like so. And your minifigure can just sit right here. Close that door. And let's reattach our steed, our Drake. So the ones on the top go on the top. And the chains on the bottom, they attach more on the bottom. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Let me attach it like so. Perfect. So now we have our cart fully stocked, fully loaded. Rolls perfect, to be honest. I actually had brown wheels, but the brown ones broke because it was brittle brown. A true Lego curse. I'll keep this in the back. And let's take a look at my very last cart that I have built, which is the newest, which looks like this. I'll actually just take this out so everything can focus better. Well, I do have to say, this isn't my prettiest cart. It's pretty ugly actually. Uses the largest medieval wheels in silverish. Has a little compartment for a chest. You can open this up. It's very difficult to get any light in here, but yeah, it's pretty much fully black. There are black plates down in here. Just holds a little chest, something inside of it. Nothing too fancy there. But this is actually fully meant for my players to use during a mission. You can do it very easily. You can just attach your horse. But if my players don't have the money to buy a horse, or if they don't figure out how to tame a horse or get a horse, there is something else they can do. Because if I take another minifigure, there are actually multiple places on this cart where minifigures can hold it. So, for example, with everyone in place, you would have 4 minifigures trying to carry this cart. There's one place over here. You can attach a minifigure over here. And on the other side, it's identical. That of course would take more time than actually buying a horse or getting a horse. But it's a nice alternative for my players to actually do the mission, so they don't need a horse. How the mission will play out, I have absolutely no clue. This is by far my ugliest cart and I'm not super happy with it. However, it does the job it needs to do. There's nothing more that this cart needs to do than just be used during the mission, and then I'll probably take it apart. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Now you know how to use carts in your D&D, how to build them from Lego. It's not that difficult. You can use them for all sorts of activities. You can use them in combat encounters, you can use them for roleplay, like I used the big one, which is a full location. You can use them for scenery, or you can use them for missions, or use them for different encounters, like this one, which I mostly use for like wandering traders. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a long one. Like, subscribe. My next video will probably be about mimics or characters, because I have a few different mimic designs I really want to show off, but I also have the new DnD CMF series, and I also have some custom characters, so my next few videos will probably be D&D focused. There's also going to be a little Lego review that's focused about Lego City, so stay tuned for that. So I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.